Hello viewer, today I'll give my take on the important message in Fantastic Four First Steps, with spoilers, that goes beyond setting them up in the MCU. So, if you want to take the first steps in finding out, then stay tuned. Disclaimers first, please support the official material. Stuff I show here is for informative purposes, and spoilers. On with the show. So, the main takeaway message I feel is we are stronger together. It's pretty straightforward. More people working together towards a common goal will achieve it more effectively than a single person. Now, reading into things deeply with my own interpretation, there are conditions. So, more people working together requires more planning and coordination to ensure the team building the same thing for the common goal. Next, be careful who you work with. Make sure they are contributing in any way to achieve the shared goal. And technically, people are stronger together to do bad things, like unnecessarily harm or inconvenience others. Please don't do that. First off, to address some criticisms about the film, it's been argued it feels kind of soulless, because First Steps feels like a generic superhero film that follows a standard formula. I partially agree it can feel generic, but seeing the film for what it is, in my opinion, mainly a superhero drama, while fleshing out the Fantastic Four characters, I feel it did the job there. I felt those emotional low and high moments, and I got a good sense of what each Fantastic Four, or Fan 4 character, was like. Also, formulas exist because doing the math, they outline what works more often than not. As for being soulless, I disagree. I personally found some things to connect with. Now, this needs to be said, a certain corporation managing the MCU hasn't been so kind to people, and just like any corporation, it is in it for the money. However, art made by large companies can still be entertaining, make you feel things, and have an overall meaning. Noting art is subjective, I felt First Steps had all these fantastic things. In fairness, the film appears to prioritize efficiency above all else, with director Matt Shakman stating he had to cut a lot of scenes in the film for the stated greater good. However, he stated he didn't have to fight much to keep certain scenes, which implies he had a decent amount of creative freedom. It gives me hope that despite being managed by something that undeniably prioritizes profit, the film still had a soul that I could find. The overall tone of the film, as an advanced retro 1960s world, along with some Easter eggs, and the Jack Kirby quote at the end, are key examples, among others, that Shakman has a clear appreciation of the Fantastic Four. Again, art is subjective. It can be harder to find soul in a film compared to others, and sometimes a film just doesn't emotionally click with you. So, if parts of the film didn't resonate for you, as it did for me, fair enough. And in the spirit of critiques, I do feel some parts of the plot could have gotten more explanation. As mentioned in my spoiler rant you can check out, it actually felt like giving up Franklin was the worst decision based on the limited information given in the film. And with the initial plan of teleporting Earth to a new solar system, it felt like the less desirable outcome than the plan B of teleporting Galactus away, given Galactus's cosmic awareness. More explanation could have been given to explain why they could hide from Galactus. All that out of the way, the film consistently reinforces the family need for some kind of community. Everyone in the Fan 4 help and are being helped by each other. Reed finds a solution to the problem, and the Fan 4 help execute. Take the Silver Surfer chase scene. Reed thought to trap Shalla in a black hole to buy some time. Ben piloted through it despite feeling the weight of the situation. Sue's disappearing act kept them safe. And Johnny giving things a shot at least slowed down Shalla a bit. Also, Ben and Sue especially help Reed when he needs help, like Ben's motivational speech to Reed, and Sue helping him with everyday chores. Later on, Sue's speech inspires almost the whole planet to work together in protecting Earth from Galactus. Everyone working together, except for presumably Doom and Latveria, are stronger for it. They all have something important to contribute, building bridges across the world, and conserving power to be able to teleport Earth away. It's a shame Shalla burnt those bridges though. Speaking of Shalla, she shows you struggle a lot more for doing things on your own. She was able to save her world and daughter by becoming Galactus' herald, but in exchange, many died from her finding planets that Galactus consumed. We see Shalla becomes conflicted with essentially kidnapping Franklin for Galactus, feeling like there's no way out of her predicament, especially when Galactus threatened her after questioning him about Franklin. So while bored, Shalla is pretty much forced to continue serving Galactus. But enter Johnny, showing past recordings of people from Galactus' destroyed planets pleading for help, while offering to serve Galactus himself. At this point, Shalla feels guilty of her actions and declines Johnny's offer, possibly not wanting him to feel the same guilt she felt, bringing up self-forgiveness after telling Johnny to run from Galactus and save themselves. After processing her guilt and presumably watching the Fan 4 fight Galactus, I believe Shalla decides to help them, seeing as they were pretty successful at protecting Earth from Galactus. It likely gives her hope that she doesn't have to serve Galactus anymore, deciding to sacrifice herself in place of Johnny before it's to isolate, teleporting both her and Galactus very far away from Earth. Further to this, the once villainous Mole Man also supports the theme of being stronger together. Mole Man helped evacuate New York citizens to Subterranea, saving them from harm when Galactus arrived. This overall shows that yes, good coordination when working together is really needed, but also that working with former enemies can make you stronger, provided you have properly reconciled with them. And this Sue did, piecing together some agreement with Mole Man before the events of the film. So, despite the simple and straightforward nature of the film, it still communicates a universal truth, that we are stronger together. Accounting for logistical issues and hopefully not seeking to cause unnecessary suffering, we can achieve fantastic things as a team. That's the overall message of Fantastic Four: First Steps. Okay, that's all for today. Hope you will Jack Kerr be inspired to work as a team more, as I stand leave soon. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you'd like, and thought to see you again.